Some shall depart from the faith. Some shall depart from the faith. Shalom, Akims and Akims. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. We'd like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elects. Shalom. Welcome to the day's lesson. Today's lesson is on some shall depart from the faith. You know, in this truth, we have some that come in. Right? You got some guys that come to this truth and, you know, they may learn something, receive some of this knowledge, receive some of this truth. But then they still want to hold on to their family members. They still want to hold on to their friends. They still want to do all these different things, you know, to lock themselves into the world of being by the wayside. The Lord made it clear, you know, James chapter 4, verse 4. Do ye not know that friendship with the world is enmity with Yahweh? You know, Luke chapter 14, verse 26. If a man comes to me and he do not hate his father and mother, and hate his brother and sister, and yea, hate even his own life, then he cannot be my disciple. The Lord makes it clear in his word. When you come to this truth, Sirach chapter 2, verse 1. When you come to this, when you come to the Lord, my son, when you come to the Lord, prepare thyself for temptation. Salakia for butchering it. But when you come to this word, you have to be strong about it. You know, don't let go of the plow. Some people let go of the plow and they go back into the world. It's a different world, this world of truth and the world of lies. And we have to stay in this realm of this world, of the world of truth. Philippians chapter 3, verse 15. One, having our mind and our conversations are to be above on the heavenly things. You see, let's go straight off into this word. This first Titus chapter 4, verse 1. Now the Spirit speaketh expressly that in the latter times some shall depart from the faith, giving heed to seducing spirits. You see, seducing spirits and doctrines. And many people do. They give in to the false doctrines. They give into these things and they become lost in the falsehoods of the world. When Satan sees people coming for the righteous path, or if he see you on the righteous path, he'll use your family members or your friends to hold up seeds of wickedness on the wayside to try to pull you down if you reach for them. See? And doctrines of devils, you see? It's what they got going on. Let's look into some of the precepts concerning this. Concerning depart, you got Daniel's 11 and 35. You got Matthew 24, 5 to 12. It's a whole list. A whole list here. Let's see, can we go into some of these? Let's get on down here to let's start on this one. Howbeit, this is John chapter 16, verse 13. Howbeit, when he, the Spirit of truth, is come, he will guide you into all truth. And he will. The Holy Spirit will guide you into all truth. For remember, our footsteps are ordered to the right. Those of us that Yahweh is working with. And those that he's not dealing with, their footsteps are ordered to the left. For he shall not speak of himself. And we don't. We're not supposed to speak of ourselves. So, and the Holy Spirit makes it clear. It's all about this truth, this word. But whatsoever he shall hear, that shall he speak, and he will shew you things to come. Okay. Now let's get on down here to, because we got quite a ways to go. Salaki. To get on down here to the part where it says depart, and we're gonna get some precepts from that. Once we get down here to it, here we go. Depart. Starting off with Daniel chapter 11, verse 35, and it reads, "And some of them of understanding, having the understanding of what? The word, having the understanding of the word, receiving the knowledge of the word." Hebrews chapter, Matthew chapter 13, receiving the understanding from on high. Okay. And shall fall. Having the understanding shall fall. And some of them of understanding shall fall, because they shall, because they're not really rooted. You got some guys who come into this truth, and for a couple of years, or a year, or 3 years, and they go to thinking that they are a guru all of a sudden, and they pump out 100 videos per second, it seems like. And they making judges on other guys, they blocking other guys and making determination of whether or not another guy is Hebrew Israelite or not, or whatever. You know what? Remember, the last video is the video that you make where you got Esau standing in front of you, and he got the guillotine in one hand and got the charagma in the other. You see, which one you're going to accept? You're going to go ahead and be a martyr for Yahweh's sake, or you're going to go ahead and take that chip. A lot of the guys are going to take the chip. You'd be surprised how many guys in GMS and many of the other camps is going to do what? Take the chip. You see, because not all Israel is Israel. And just because somebody got GMS on the front of their name, that don't mean that they are solidified as a hopeful elect. You got to remember that. You got many of us guys that are not physically in a GMS camp that are hopeful elects. You see, we are afflicted from one way or another. And so the reason why, we're not physically inside a GMS camp. I'm low vision blind. Okay? And I was going through some different things. Been going through some things. It's the reason why I haven't actually went and joined the camp. It's a different world when you're low vision blind. You're a different world than everybody else. You see? To try them and to purge and to make them white. Pure white, like their robes, pure white, with no blemish. No blemish. Even to the time of the end. All the way to the end. Endure to the end is what we are to do. Okay? Because it is yet for a time appointed. You see? Matthew chapter 24, verse 5. This is Yahweh talking. For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many. You see? And shall deceive many. Matthew 24 and 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. You see, it's not yet. Verse 7. For nation shall rise up against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in diverse places. You see, verse 8. All these are the beginnings of sorrows. You see, of sorrows that the Lord is levying down upon the people. You see, the Edomites, heathens, and the 2/3. You see, and the 2/3, for you to learn this truth, come in this truth and learn this truth, and then turn away from you, then turn away from the truth, the Lord shall beat you with many stripes. You see? With many stripes. You see? Verse 9. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you. You see? And shall kill you. And ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. You see? And some brothers come into this, they don't understand what they're coming into. Yes, many of us shall become martyrs. Shall become martyrs for this truth. You see? You have to remember that. This verse 10. And then shall many be offended. And many are offended. It's easy to become offended. You see? But you got to get rid of that being weak. You see? Gird up thy loins like a man. Second Ezra chapter 10, verse 33. And he said unto me, stand up manfully, and I will advise thee. Stand up manfully, and I will advise thee. You see? And it shall betray one another. You see? And that's what it got down to. In some of the camps, many of the guys they're betraying one another. They're falling apart. And this includes GMS. And shall hate one another. These things are happening right now. Verse 11. And many false prophets shall rise. And you got a lot of guys out there that are nothing but false prophets. All our false prophets, you see. And shall deceive many. And they shall. They shall deceive many, you see. Many shall be deceived by these false prophets. Verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And that's the way it is. It has come right now. Right now, you can't trust you can't trust nobody. You can't trust your family members. You can't trust your friends because Satan will use your family members against you. He'll use your pitiful old grandma against you. He'll use your mama against you, your daddy against you. He'll use your other family members of your family to get at you, to try to pull at you, to try to bring you down, to try to set up some strongholds of wickedness in you or around you or about you, you know, trying to bring down you in your situations. That's just Satan and using your family members and friends and co-workers and neighbors against you. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall come. That day shall come. That day shall not come. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. You see? A falling away first. People are going to fall away from this truth. You see? They fell away from this truth way back during the time of 70 AD, you know, when many of the Israelites came out of trying to escape from persecution, execution, and bondage and slavery, you know, fled out into the wilderness of the world, you know, to become enveloped in false gods, you see. And so we had at that time fallen away. We fell away to all the false gods of the world. We fell away to the Nation of Islam. We fell away to the Mormons. We fell away to the Christians. We fell away to Scientology. We fell away to who was that? Jehovah Witnesses. We fell away to the Baptists, the Catholics, the Hindus, the Buddhists. We fell away to all these different false gods. You see, but the Lord is hold fast. Yahweh said, "None of the elect He has lost. He has not lost not one of us." You see, John chapter 17. You see, and that man of sin be revealed, the man of perdition, the son of perdition. You see, the devil, the so-called white man, being revealed. And that's what we're doing with this truth. 2 Titus chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. See? And there's going to be perilous times when people are not going to know what to do next. When you have people's houses burning down, like my house burned down. You see? Think not that these things that happen to you will be strange. You see? My house got burned down just back in September. You see? It was a ion battery, lithium ion battery explosion. You know, that blew up. Yep, that was on my solar power generator that blew up. You see? But for Yahweh to do this to me, and I'm one of his sons, imagine what it says he would do 1,000 times more worse to my enemies. You see? But did I give up the faith? Did I lose my faith? Did I give up the faith? No. 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 7, verse 8. I fought the good fight, and I'm still fighting the good fight, studying the course, and I kept the faith. And I still got the faith. That your faith, your shield of faith, is what you gotta hold on to. That's what blocks the arrows, you know, and pestilence and different things of the enemy. You gotta hold on to your shield. Gotta hold on to your shield. Okay. 2 Titus chapter 3, verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves. You see? Lovers of their own selves. Covetous. Coasters. Proud. Boasters. Proud. Blasphemers. You see? They're blasphemers. You see? Disobedient to parents. And many of the young people out there right now are disobedient to their parents. They don't listen to their parents. They run the streets. Here it is, the crack holes now are age 14 and 15 years old. The little guys out there trying to sell dope, age 12, 13, and 14. You see, the lesbians are out there making young females go and prostitute. It's right along with the guys. It's crazy out there, the world. The magnitude of madness. Unthinkable. You see? Unthankful. Unholy. You see? And many people are unthankful. They're not thankful for what the Lord does. Yet while they had liberty to repent, yet they choose not to. Instead, they choose to do the things that the Lord delight not in. You see? And they're unholy. They don't separate themselves from the world. They keep themselves locked into the world. You see, you have to learn, when you come into this truth, you have to come out from amongst them. Come out from the world. Come out from the things that they do. Come out from their thought pattern. That means you have to come out from hanging out around a bunch of two-thirds, Edomites and heathens, because their conversations are dumb conversations of wickedness. We have to maintain our conversation being on things that are above. Philippians chapter 3, verse 15. You see, maintain our thoughts on above. You remember, the two-thirds, there are angels in charge over them, preventing them from learning this truth, receiving this truth, hearing this truth, or even understanding this truth. So to be with them is to be in the realm of wickedness and wicked thoughts. And if you keep doing that, if you keep hanging out in the barbershop, sooner or later, you get a haircut. You see? Verse 3, without natural affections, you see? Without natural affection, trust breakers, you can't count on them. False accusers, and they're always lying and making false accusations. They're quick to make false accusations. You see? Incontinent, you see? Fierce, despisers of those that are good. And you got a lot of people that are out there, you know? The sign that I had of Yahweh Shimmy Al Shai on the front of my house. Some fool had got up there and ripped it down. Despisers of the name of good, the name of the Lord. You see? This verse 4. Traitors, heady, high-minded, and they are straight, and they are high-minded. They think so highly of themselves. You see, that's the way the world has become. Lovers of pleasures more than lovers of God. And the Bible makes it clear. What is that? 1 Timothy chapter 5, I think that is. When it said that a woman that lives in pleasure is yet dead while she is alive. You see? You see? But this is applied to all those. You see, and remember, this is about those who come into this truth and then they choose to walk away from it. The Lord shall beat you with many stripes. Verse 5, having a form of godliness. You see? Having a form of godliness, being in the counsel of the Lord. You see? And they choose to turn away from the faith. But denying the power thereof. You see? Having a form of godliness. Only a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. They don't believe in this truth. They don't believe it. From such turn away. You see, from such turn away. Proverbs chapter 14, verse 7. Go ye from the presence of him, once ye have perceived that there is no knowledge that proceeded from his lips. When you perceive that there is no knowledge from somebody's lips, you are to what? Remove yourself from their presence, because they don't know what they're talking about. You know, they're just a fool babbling. And it's usually a young dumbass. You see? Go away from such people. Verse 4. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth. And many have. They've turned their ears away from the truth. Why? Because remember, there's a seraphim angel in charge over the 2/3 to make sure that they cannot receive the truth. They cannot see the truth. Their hearts are made fat, so they cannot understand the truth, and they cannot hear the truth. The ears are made heavy. You see, so they can't hear the truth. They can only turn their ears away from it. They cannot hear this holy spiritual rhythm that comes from our mouths when we're pushing this truth. It's the Spirit of the Lord. Remember, it is the Father, Yahweh Hashem Yahushua, that places it within our mouths what it is for us to say. You see? And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned unto fables. You see? Unto fables. You see? We're going to take the time to remind you to press the like button. Okay, press the like button. So that way you be helping out with the algorithms of this YouTube channel by pressing the like button. So go ahead and press that like button. And also make sure you, if you haven't done so already, press the subscription button. Press the subscription button. Go ahead and press that subscription button. By doing so, also make sure you press the notification bell. Ding, ding. So that way you shall receive special notification alerts each time that I release a new video for your spiritual edification. The sheep must be fed. The sheep must be fed, and the shepherd, and I am the shepherd, must provide good pastures for the sheep to graze. You understand? And this is some more precepts concerning the word seducing in that script, 1 Timothy chapter 4, verse 1. Now, this is Genesis chapter 3, verse 3. But of the fruit of the tree, which is in the midst of the garden, Yahweh had said, ye shall not eat of it. You see, and he made it clear that we were not supposed to eat that tree, because that tree is a falsehood. Neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. You see? Lest ye die. And many have been seduced by false doctrines as to the reason why they did what? Let go and turned away from the faith. Some shall turn away from the faith, you see, because they have been seduced. You see? Let's get to some of these other ones. Let's get on this one. 2 Chronicles chapter 18, verse 19. And it reads, And the Lord said, who shall entice Ahab, king of Israel, that he may go up and fall at Ramatha Jelan and Salakia, and one spake, saying, after this manner, and another saying, after that manner. Salakia. Let's read some more. This here is Second Chronicles chapter 11, verse 14. And no marvel, for Satan himself is transformed into an angel of light. And that's how a lot of guys are tricked. A lot of our people are tricked by Satan posing as the father of light. Okay? Because it's easy for them to do so when the people are what? They are not stable in this wisdom, this truth, and this knowledge. You see? Isaiah chapter 33, verse 6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Strength of salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. This verse 15. Therefore it is no great thing if his ministers also be transformed as the ministers of righteousness, whose end shall be according to their works. And that's to all of us. That's to all of us. You see? We are saved by our faith and our works. That's how we're saved by our faith and our works. You see? 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 9. Even him whose coming is after the workings of Satan, with all power and signs and lying wonders. You see? Many are tricked and deceived by such. You see? And it is their own fault because what? They have not established a one-on-one relationship with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You see? You see? You see? And so let's read a couple more, then we'll go ahead and close the video out. This is Revelation chapter 9, verse 5. And to them it was given that they should not kill them, but that they should be tormented 5 months, and their torment was as the torment of a scorpion when he striketh a man. Now the falsehoods that's in this world come at us with great ferocity. Remember, scorpions, teeth of wild beasts, and famine, and fire, and hail, and all these things, these are things that spirits created for vengeance. The Lord has done these things, and two, it also is a test for us to see where we are in our walk with Yahweh Hashem Yahushua. You see? So we getting ready to close the video out. I'm going to go up here, back up here to the top and read this again. 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall come. That day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. You see? Except there come a falling away first, and many men, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. You see? So we're going to go ahead and close the video out right there. Okay? Lord's willing, you were edified by the day's lesson. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you were provoked to thought. Okay? And hopefully the precepts were spiritually edifying to you. Okay? We like to give all praises and all honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that taught us this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elects. Remember, stay strong, stay up, don't let go. Don't be amongst those that let go of the plow. Don't turn away from the faith. Remember, When you reach the end of your rope, just hang on, tie a knot, don't let go. And remember, ain't nobody bad like you. And that was something that was always said here in Detroit back in the day by Electrifying Mojo. And that's something, that one thing that they helped me stay strong through a whole lot that I've been through, even before I came into this truth. So I say to you now, when you reach the end of your rope, don't let go, tie a knot, hang on, and keep remembering and keep knowing that ain't nobody bad like you. When the Lord created you, He created a thing, something that is special that cannot be duplicated. You cannot be duplicated. There's nothing in this universe that is like you. There's nothing in the heavens that is like you. There is nothing upon this earth that is like you. You are a one of a kind. So let your kind stand up and shine. This is your Hebrew Israelite brother, Mashaba, here in the city of Detroit. Stay strong, stay up. Shalom to the hopeful elects.